Hey, what is going on, crypto people? So Andrew Tate has something to say about crypto people. Andrew Tate has something to say about the digital asset space. Now he's saying NFTs and JPEGs. This is interesting. We got to get into it. Listen, let's talk that talk Thursday. Andrew Tate, pimp or real dude? That is the question. I apologize for hopping on here later than usual. But me and Miss CryptoCeej will hang out a little bit. And I still wanted to get this Talk That Talk Thursday in with you guys. Andrew Tate, pimp or real dude? I don't know. Listen, someone shared a talk that Andrew was doing about NFTs and JPEGs and people buying NFTs, and that the crypto space is gambling. Yeah, the crypto space is gambling. Interesting. NFTs are just merely JPEGs. And then I got to listen to more and more and more of this video. I'm going to share this video with you. And then it just spoke to me what the video was really about. What it was really about. I'm going to share that with you in a little bit. I'm going to share the video with you. Listen, young men out there. Listen, there's a lot better people to be following than that dude. Oh yeah, a lot better people to be following that dude. You need some advice on how to be a better version of yourself. You need some advice on how to be a good dude, how to be a good husband, good brother. Yeah, I would suggest you find it's a lot better dudes that you can find that you can follow. You want to be this online influencer and a marketer, just some dudes that you can follow. But this dude got the pimp vibe, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a pimp vibe. He reminds me of one of those New York City pimps that I grew up and around in Brooklyn. That's what he reminds me of. Anyway, we're going to share that video. We'll get into it a little bit. I know it's late nights. It's like 10 o'clock on the East Coast. But yeah, I wanted to share this video with you guys. Talk Thursday. And yeah, so I get that he has some kind of university or something and is supposedly helping people learn skills. In the end, he's a marketer doing this online thing. And I understand he's been hugely successful, from what I understand, doing what he does. Interesting stuff, interesting character. Pimp or real dude? We'll get into that for sure. Talk Thursdays. Andrew Tate, he went in on people that buy NFTs. He went in on people that are into crypto and suggested they're gambling. We're gonna play the video for you. I'll give a little commentary on it, but in the end, the long and short of it is, dude sounds like a pimp to me more so than someone who's sincerely and genuinely trying to help people. So interesting stuff. Let's get into this a little bit. I'm not going to be very long. Let me share this sound here. Let's just go over this video. Then I'll give you some recommendations, perhaps some better people that you may want to follow, for learning skills, that type of deal. Like he claims it's about. He tried to make the video about, learn some skills, get into business. But it really wasn't about that. First of all, what's going on with the shirt? What's going on right now? Got the shirt all the way down. Like, just a pimp vibe. I'm just getting the pimp vibe from this dude. Let's take a listen to this. I'll try not to share too much of it.
Today we're going to talk about NFTs. There was a time when very successful, rich people were trying to convince me to spend millions of dollars on a JPEG. And they tried to explain to me that it's on the blockchain and it's one of one, and you can see on the blockchain. Who the fuck is checking the blockchain for my?
Yeah, so here's one of the things I'm guessing right now, right? Because he is a little bit of a marketer for sure. Right. So the NFT space, the digital asset space as a whole is down. It's been in a bear market for a minute. NFT space is definitely down. So it's easy to pile on here, Andrew. It's easy to pile on. Right? That's what he's doing. It's easy. Like, who's going to disagree right now? NFT space is down big time.
JPEG G. Who cares? 3 million for a Bugatti, fine, drive the Bugatti. 3 million for a JPEG. People can just copy and save the JPEG. No, but my JPEG is the real one. It's on the blockchain. Look on the blockchain. If you go to etherscan.com, bro, what planet are you on? Nobody gives a fuck about Etherscan, checking the blockchain. Even if I proved, after all, that I owned that picture, guess who would care? No one. Only nerds. It was a circle jerk of nerds. And there was all these crypto influencers on Twitter. Bro, these are the worst people in the world, these people. All these crypto influencers. All unimpressive specimens of human. None of them have done anything difficult to actually make money. You know, if you want to make money in the real world, you have to learn skills along the way. If you want to go from $0 up to $10 million a year, you're going to have to learn how to deal with stress. You're going to learn how to deal with people, how to hold meat.
Oh, man. This dude is funny. The more and more I listen to it, why don't you, how about the skill of learning to button your shirt up, dude? How about that skill? Why don't you figure that one out? Oh, my. Crypto influencers are the worst. None of them have learned any skills. Really? Andrew. I'm amazed that there are people who I have mad respect for, who've had this guy on his show. I guess they do it for the views, maybe like Patrick Bet David. I don't buy this dude at all. Again, it's the pimp vibe that I'm getting from this dude.
Confidence, how to manage staff. You have to learn things. By the time you get there, you're going to be a better person, not just because of the wealth, because wealth amplifies who you are as a man, but because of the lessons you learn along the way. Where if you make a whole bunch of money with crypto, guess what you learned? Nothing.
Really? If you make a whole bunch of money with crypto, guess what you learn? Nothing. Really? This is how you know this dude is clueless. And I guess when it comes to the digital asset space, he's clueless. And I guess this is about, views. I'm watching it. That's just about my third time. Maybe this is really what it's all about. So he's suggesting then that people get in this space and aren't doing their homework, aren't doing their due diligence, aren't learning about their digital assets that they own and the ecosystems around them. That's what he's suggesting. That's what he's suggesting. So, I mean, for us in the digital asset space, especially this community, the XRP community, we know that this dude makes 0 sense saying what he's saying. In any business, in any asset class, there are people who are there just for the money. In any niche, marketplace, or industry, there are people there just for the money. Right? So to suggest because you're in crypto and you buy digital assets that you're not learning any skills, it's interesting to me. What about the people that are building projects around a particular digital asset? Are they not learning any skills? Do you feel like, I'll ask the community, do you feel like you're smarter because you got into the digital asset space? I guess he just thinks we're just buying the crypto and we're just living our lives and going back to getting on Netflix. I guess that's what he thinks. Yeah, but he would be wrong. And I know there's going to be some other people who probably call him out. Some may be fearful of the dude. I'm not. It's very, very, very easy to tell that he has a certain influence over people who perhaps need some guidance. But real dudes know what this guy is, really. They know what this dude is. Real dudes know what this dude is.
You didn't learn anything. You are still a dork, but now you're a rich dork, which makes you a mega dork. Money doesn't change who you are, it amplifies who you are. So all these crypto influencers, there's a couple of them. I don't want to throw names around. They were all over the page and, oh, this is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Oh, rough. The fact you think that's worth money shows that you've always been a loser, and now you're just a loser with money. There's no real G on the planet who is spending money on those NFTs. Not one. I'm extremely wealthy, and I could.
I'm extremely wealthy. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Andrew, for showing your real colors.
Could have invested in the most expensive NFT, 3, 4, 5 million, whatever they were. And it wouldn't have even affected my bank balance. I wouldn't have even cared. And I could have done it just as a, maybe I'll make some money. And I still didn't, out of principle, because I refused to sell my soul to the god of geekdom. No. And here we are, 2 years, year and a half, whatever later. Who cares about NFTs? What'd you say? Yes, correct. Nobody. Nobody cared. As usual, I was completely right. Nobody gives a shit. Bro, I saw there was pictures of a rock being sold for like, I don't know, 100 ether. I can't remember the prices. I just remember seeing it thinking, this is absolutely ridiculous. So I hope all of the people who invested in these NFTs lost all their money. I hope you're all desperate and poor. The great thing about people like that losing their money is they never learn any lessons along the way. So let's go back to what I said earlier about the fact that you make money in the real world, you learn lessons which can be applied to life. So if you make it in the real world, even if you lose it all, you can make it all again, probably easier because you're a better version of yourself who knows new things. Whereas if you make it all with crypto, which is basically gambling, you get lucky. You don't.
So yeah, so this dude, when it comes to the digital asset space, is a moron, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, that's the long and the short of it. You know, he may be smart in some other stuff. He may be able to handle himself in the street, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm not gonna. He goes on and says some other dumb things in here, but ultimately, this dude, you know, I grew up in New York in the inner city, and I'm not gonna play anymore. This dude, he's annoying, right? So I grew up in New York in the inner city, and you know, a lot of madness going on there, right? He just gives me the pimp vibes, right? And so, you know, a lot of times, growing up, these guys were smart, but inside, on the inside, they can handle themselves a little bit, right? But on the inside, they're really just abusive, right? Really just abusive, right? And that's what I get from him. I kind of get that vibe. I mean, there's real dudes. If you really want to level up your skills, you know, you could follow Alex Becker, or you can follow Ty Lopez. If you really want to have a real dude to mentor you to some stuff, to some skills, you know, Ed Milet, you know, even Gary Vee, Dr. Myron Golden for sure, right? You know, a real G, because he used the phrase real G, right? A real G. I don't think he understands what a real G is. Like, I think he wants to be a real G. But my understanding, dude's got a reputation for being abusive to women and kind of pimping out women. It's not a real G. And maybe the people buying NFTs are people go to work, hardworking people put in 40, 50, 60 hours at a job, doing something to provide for their families, and bought some NFTs. And maybe they didn't get any skills, and maybe they're like us, those of us who have gained skills and who have leveled up what this asset space is going to be. And NFTs is going to be a part of it. Now, maybe if you're just trying to narrow it down to JPEGs, then maybe, Andrew, maybe, but you're not. You're really there for the show and the bravado. Any dude that has to keep telling people how much money he has is not a real G. I don't care how much money you got. And in that 10-minute video, that's all he kept doing was telling people how much money he's got. Nah. Let me share. So I got to thinking, oh, maybe I should, maybe I'm wrong about the dude. Maybe I'm off a little bit about Andrew. I call him Little Andrew. Maybe I'm a little off about him, right? One guy says here, you're right, Andrew, NFTs are for nerds, and we should have digitally pimped out a flock of poor women like you did. Acting like a music label, like you're their friend, but really you rake 80% of everything they do. Someone else says, who cares what that guy says? Controversial influencer Andrew Tate has been charged in Romania with rape, human trafficking, and forming an organized crime group to sexually exploit women. Now, I know you got the PBDs of the world who have him on a show, and some people say maybe he was falsely in prison, that it's not his. It wasn't his fault. The women made this up. Right? Interesting. He says, well, I don't. He goes against crypto influencers, which he agrees with, but he was promoting several crypto projects last year too. Zero credibility, in my opinion. So, kind of figured I was right. It's funny because I was talking to Little Miss CryptoCeej. I brought up the name, and I'm like, I don't like him. He gives me this pimp vibe. And Little Miss CryptoCeej said, I hope you don't like him. He's disgusting. So I was spot on about the dude. Dude, stay in your own lane, Andrew. I get it. You're an influencer out there, and you gotta get some clicks, and you gotta kind of put your thing out. But real G's don't talk about their money. Real G's don't put other people down. Real G's don't make the fun of people who may only have $500 and that you can flex about. You can just spend $4 million on a car and compare yourself to someone who may only have $500. Real G's don't do that, bro. That just speaks volumes for the kind of dude you probably really are. But in any case, there it is. That's it for me, guys. Let's talk that talk Thursday. Listen, do yourself a favor. Maybe, go follow Ed Milet. Go follow Ty Lopez. Go follow Gary Vee, right? Go follow even Alex Becker, right? Go follow Dr. Myron Golden. Learn from some real dudes, from some real G's on how to be a better version of yourself. Walk away from people like Andrew Tate. All right, guys, this wraps up your Talk That Talk Thursday. I hope that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you've been hanging out watching the CryptoCeej and you enjoy the hangout, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and we're already winning. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See you.